Hello, this video is very specific to our lab in UBOB at UAB, and it's about copying files from one computer to the other from our 3130 data analysis computer, or excuse me, to the, what is it called? Data collection software computer to the Genemapper computer. And the reason we have to do this is because the data collection software is connected to a 4 capillary instrument. Our analysis software is designed for a single capillary instrument. So we have to rearrange the files so that they appear to be from 4 single capillaries. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so where this begins is, let's see if this video works, is you begin by putting the USB drive in there, and I apologize for the background noise. And you want to open up those 2 icons. So one's going to open up to where you're going to be able to view the USB, what's on the USB drive. And the other one is going to open up the run folder, which is where you're going to have separate folders for every single injection. So since there's 4 capillary, every single injection folder is going to have 4 files in it. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit closer here. So what we want to do is we want to have the USB drive look exactly the same as the data folder. So you can see here in the USB drive, it ends at 1120. Well, I just got done running November 23rd samples in there, so I need to copy those over to the USB drive. So I hit Shift, I select all of the stuff, and I drag them over there, and it copies it to the USB drive. I also want you guys to notice that that little GA3130, leave that alone. That does not get copied, but don't delete it because it's necessary. It contains certain matrix files and stuff, and it does, I think, the spectral files, and everything will get messed up if that gets deleted. How's that for scaring you? Okay, so now we have our copies, so we just got to take off what's going to happen in this video. It's a mystery to me too. We just need to take out the USB drive, close everything out. Oh yeah, that's right. Go to down to the little icon there and eject the USB drive, and then it's safe to pull it out. I don't think anything's going to catch on fire if you don't eject the USB drive, but it never hurts. Okay, so here the USB drive has now been inserted into the other computer, right? Okay, so we're going to do the same, a very similar thing. We're going to copy everything from that USB drive, which will be the 1123 files, onto that center one, which it's called like original 2020 to 2021. So whatever semester this is, whatever year it is, that's what we're going to go into. So we can see if we scroll down, which, oh, hey, let's zoom in closer here. How's this for? Okay. You can see that here we have everything all the way down, including November 23rd, whereas on the computer, the original 3130 photos, it still doesn't have that 23rd. Okay, so I'm going to hold down Shift, copy these, and now we're going to have a mirror. What's on the data collection computer is exactly the same as the USB drive, and now it's exactly the same as that 2020 to 2021 original 3130 folders file. Okay, so you think, oh, that's pretty, and you guys can probably figure that out as long as you know where you're going. But now is where it gets tricky. All right, so what I'm going to do here is, am I going to show you how I got there? Oh, great. Probably one of these files is out of order. Damn it. I skipped ahead one. All right, so we just got done copying all of our files in their 23rd. So I'm going to close the USB. I don't need that anymore. And now I'm going to open up this other shortcut to runs folder. So I'm going to have pretty much the same thing open, except instead of that original 3130 folders I'm going to open up one that goes to my name. I'm going to go back here a little bit and pause really quickly here. All right, so what I want you to notice is what I have opened over here is this folder. But in the same run folder, you're going to notice that you're creating one specifically for your files. So we have JGL up there. Who else? Claire has a folder. Stacy has a folder. I think for Kiana, I think I made one for hers. And then is that also Haley's in there? So everybody's going to have their own. If you don't have it yet, you can make a new folder and create one in here. So it's just one level up from where those original folders are. Okay, so what I'm going to do is those files from 1123, those were Stacy's. So watch what I'm going to do when I open up Stacy's folder. Okay, so Stacy has all of her stuff arranged, and you'll notice that every date she has, and Stacy, for 1113, she was running a couple different samples from a couple different runs for her, so it's a little bit different. But what I want you to notice is that for every day that you run a sample, you should have 4 different folders. You're going to have to create 4 different folders for that day. So what we're going to do for the 23rd, 1123 over here, is we're going to create 4 folders, for one for each capillary for the runs from that day. All right, so let's see how this is going to go. All right, so we can see here Stacy has the 1120. Okay, but I want to create some for 1123. Notice we did it a little bit different. This is how I want you to do it. So you're going to left click, you're going to hit new folder, which I guess is in the next slide. You're going to hit right click here. Okay, new folder, so you can actually see what's going on there. And I'm going to name this, okay, 2020, 1123. Okay, and then you can give it whatever, remind yourself what the run was. For Stacy, this was ST3 and ST5. We were rerunning them. Okay, and now notice I'm making one for cap A and E. What does that mean? Well, it's the first capillary of the 4. The first time it injects, that first capillary goes into sample A, into row A. Then the next time it injects, it goes into E. So the first time those 4 capillaries go into tubes, it goes into row A, B, C, and D. And then the second time the capillary goes into the tray, it goes into tubes E, F, G, and H. All right, remember, your tray has row here with 8 A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay. And then it goes across here. The 4 capillaries go into A, B, C, D for one injection, and then they come back and go into E, F, G, H. So capillary number 1 that goes into A also goes into E. The capillary that goes into B also goes into F. So you'll notice why I'm creating those capillaries down there. I have one for AE, one for BF, one for GH. Let me continue, or excuse me, not GH, CG. And then the last one, what do you think it's going to be? DH. Okay, this is going to be the easiest way to do it. You create 4 folders for that day, and then you name them with the row, because as we're going to see, that's how your files are named. Okay. All right, so we go back and we need to copy. We want to leave those original folders. We don't want to move them. We don't want to cut them. We want to copy those files into the proper new folder that we just created. All right, so how are we going to do that? Well, I think I messed up that video a little bit. Okay, I'm going to open this up. Okay, and I'm going to highlight all of them. What you can't see is I'm doing Control-C for copy, and I've copied them there. See, they're in the original folder still, okay, and they're also in that. Now, notice here, wait, I'm going to go back. Okay, so they're in the original folder, and they are also, go back here. They're in the original folder, and there's copies of them down here. I haven't put them into the right thing because it's going to be easier to copy all of them down here and then to sort them. All right, but the originals and copies down here. Okay, try not to cut. Try to remember to copy. The other thing is, notice I'm going to point to it. What you want to do is don't go up. Okay, don't hit this button, because that will take you back to the beginning of the folder. When we hit this back button, notice where we're going to wind up after we go back. Let's watch. Back. Yeah, back. We get it. Okay, now notice I'm still on that 1123 folder that I just did. So I just double clicked on the one right below it. Copy, paste. Look at how fast it's going. Go to the one below it. Control C, Control A to select all, Control C to copy, click over here, Control V, paste. Now you're probably going to go slower than this the first time you go through, but this just emphasizes once you get rolling, okay, and you don't lose your spot and you know where you're at, it's Control A for all, Control C for copy, and then over here, Control V for paste. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm pasting all of these, and as long as you hit that back button, you don't lose your place. You just click on the folder below it, and you should be in good shape. All right, good. Control A, Control C. There we go. All right, and then one more. I don't know why I'm making you guys watch all of this, but it's important that Control A, Control C, Control V. Okay, and it doesn't take that long. Okay, now that they're all in that folder, we can arrange them and put them in the proper AE or BF or CG folder. Okay, so how are we going to do this? All right, well, did I show you? No, okay. The first thing to do, let's get them in alphabetical order. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go up, and then I'm going to go into that folder again, scroll down, and now they're all in alphabetical order. All the A's are grouped together. All the E's are grouped together. The B's grouped together. So I just drag the A's up there. Perfect. Drag the B's, put them in the right folder. Okay, drag C. And if you do this right, where you run your ladder in A, B, C, D, you make 4 ladders, 4 ML9 ladders, the first run, then what you're going to wind up with, and what's important for the way the software works, the single capillary software, is you have one ladder in each of those folders. So it looks like you ran one ladder in each of those capillaries, and that's going to allow you to do your analysis very easily. All right. So this is kind of complicated. I promise after you go through this a couple times, it'll get a lot easier, and I'm going to write out these directions so you can follow it. But sometimes watching this video, especially when the directions are about copy and paste and Control A, I think just having this short video, watching it once, hopefully will help you out a lot. And then after this, you just, I don't even think, I think that's it. Okay. Do I have another video here as far as how to get them into Genemapper software? Yeah, I just show you what it looks like. Okay, there's all your A's and E's. Okay, so what will happen is when you import these into Genemapper software, you just select all 4 of those folders, and it's great because it brings them into Genemapper as 4 separate folders, and that's what the software needs because it needs one ladder in each of those folders. If you have 2 ladders, it gets messed up. If you don't have any ladders, you get an error message. Okay, so that is what it should look like after you get finished copying and pasting your files over. All right, let me know if you have trouble. Good luck, and I apologize for not having the funds to just purchase another copy of Genemapper software, but this is how we're running and getting it to work for now. All right, that's it.